Good afternoon. This is Hope Roski with Business, Arts, and Events and more cool stuff. Well, today we have a wonderful treat for you. Lena Marie is here today to talk to us about the real estate market. Not only is Lena Marie one of the top-selling agents in the Valley, she also has a keen eye for staging, which means not only can she help you stage your home to sell it, but she can also help you get the vision when you're ready to buy the house about where your belongings would go. Where does your furniture fit? How can you decorate to where you want it to be? So this talented lady is here with me in the studio today. So Lena Marie, welcome.
Thank you.
It's so wonderful to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Well, there's so much to talk about in the real estate market here in the Valley, because many changes have happened, I would say, even over the past 3 months. Tell the viewers a little bit about what is happening in the market today.
Well, everyone knows the rates have gone up. It's not a big secret, and it's been happening for the last few months. As far as buyers, buyers are still buying. I mean, people still need homes. You know, I think the thought process is that if you need a home, buy it. Mm-hmm. It's not a positive thing that the rates went up, but one of the positive factors of it is that you don't have the 20 offers on one property. You know, it's easier to, get in on a property because, when the rates are low, that's when everyone's running to go purchase a home, and then that gets bid up. You could be bid up 20, 30,000 on an offer.
So to a degree, it's more leaning towards the buyer's market, would you say? A little bit more because the rates have gone up and that the inventory there, we're not seeing the multiple bids as much. Would you say that that's a little bit more of the trend now?
It's an advantage to the buyer right now, for sure. And two, it depends on the price point. I feel always the medium price range, so anything under the $450, the medium price range in Fresno, that market has really been moving. I've had no problem with that price range. I feel the upper end market, the 700 above, there's been a little bit of lull because paying 7+%
sure.
on that is a little bit of an ouch. But it still flows because we still have our cash buyers that come in.
Right.
So.
And so if you compare it, because I know too that the renters the leasing is through the roof.
That's
and so
correct.
If you compare what people are leasing per month for something you can be investing in for a lifetime,
That's correct.
One would have to take a look at that as well.
That's correct. I mean, if you are paying rent, you might as well pay your own mortgage. Rents are up.
Right.
So a lot of times I'll sit down with my clients and we'll calculate both ways. What are you paying in rent now to opposed to if you purchase your own home? If you have your funds, right, your down payment and all of those things. So I always I am not a lender, but I have a lot of fabulous lenders. And so
that's good for people to know as well.
Absolutely. You have to, having an amazing real estate agent's one thing, and the other second most important thing is having a very good lender, setting you up for success. You may not be ready right this second to purchase a home, but sometimes it takes a few months to get there, and to do it correctly is so important.
Well, and you brought up a very good point when you talked about having a good lender. That's the first thing out of the chute before you even start looking at, I like this one.
Absolutely.
People have to be pre-qualified. So what does that take for, let's say, buyers? What do they need to have together?
They need to have together, well, first of all, you need to make sure your credit's in line, but I can make sure that gets, pulled so that we can see what you need and how you need to get that in line. You need to have all your bank statements, your tax returns. Those are things that the lender will ask for. Your proof of employment, how long have you been with your employer? Typically, they're wanting 2 years of straight employment to even qualify.
And speaking of years of experience, that's something to your advantage. How long have you been in the real estate industry.
Almost 14 years.
That says something because you've seen it go through this and you're still there and going strong. And that's a testament to you and your ability to be an outstanding agent. One of the other specialties you have is that when people are getting ready to sell, sometimes you may have a home that's full of clutter or it's just not ready to show. How do you help? Where are your strengths with that in helping somebody sell their home?
So presentation is everything. Well, price is number one when you're listing a home. It has to be, realistic. And number two is presentation. Presentation is so important to me that I created Staging Simplified. And Staging Simplified is a design staging studio. I started the staging company during COVID to be able to offer that service to my sellers as a complimentary service, whether they live
That's
in the
a bonus.
home. It is a huge bonus. I don't know what people realize how much staging costs, but it's not cheap. So we can do occupied staging, where if my clients live in the home and I go inside and it's cluttery, as you said earlier. I go in very lovingly and talk about how maybe taking a few pieces of the furniture out, taking down those personal pictures of their children and family members, and then replacing it with beautiful art. Adding some vases, taking out some clutter, just things like that.
Right.
Obviously, if it's a vacant home, we go in and do a full stage.
And then you have the means, like people can take a look and see what you have to offer, or do you just automatically know what you're going to put in?
So I have an interior designer and I have a designer assistant, Kathy Boone is my designer, and she's been doing design for, oh my gosh, almost over 50 years.
Wonderful.
She can go in and she maps it out on a piece of paper, and that's that. We pull the items and schedule them to go in and make it beautiful.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, I know you brought a video in today. Can you give us a little lead in and tell us about the viewers about what they're going to see?
So today I brought a video for one of my listings in Country Club at the Fort, and it is an amazing, highly sought after gated community right across the street from Fugman Elementary.
Oh, and the Fugman has a great reputation.
Absolutely. It's an amazing family gated community. The home is beautiful. The home was already beautiful when I took the listing. Did a little bit of sprucing up and setting the tables and stuff like that, as you'll be able to see. It's just beautiful. I used their beautiful furnishings with some of mine to create a balance. And this is one of my marketing videos that we're going to see, taking us through Lockmore Lane.
Okay, let's take a look.
Welcome to Country Club at the Fort, offering 10653 North Lockmore Drive. Let's check it out.
I'm sorry that you're I'm sorry that you're You're lonely now and I'm sorry that you're Isn't it a shame that it ended like that? Say goodbye forever, but you never run back. You look like a fool to me. I'm sorry that you're I'm sorry that you're
I'll see you at the open house. Welcome to Country Club at the Fort, offering...
Well, speaking of the open
10653
house, can you tell us a little bit about that?
About
having open houses and what that entails, because that's important for sellers and buyers to know when they start going to take a look.
Absolutely, absolutely. First, though, I want to say, did you notice that hole-in-one that I made during that
Yes,
video?
I did. She's also a talented golfer.
That was my first take. It was amazing. Anyway.
It's nice to be able to do it on the first take, because like here we're live and there are no other chances here, so
It is what it is.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's right. You can't take yourself too serious. So that's another service. All right. Presentation's important. The other thing, once you get it on the market, you have to have that property available
Right.
for people to come in. About 8 times out of 10, open houses are necessary on properties. There's a couple situations where, sometimes the sellers don't want open houses. They're a little more private, and so I have to handle them a different way. But in a neighborhood like this where there's a lot of families and you want to catch all that traffic, everyone driving around that whole Fort Washington area. You just
And
gotta
it's
get 'em
and it's
in.
important to know areas too, and having that knowledge about the schools that surround, because so many parents, if you're working with families, they want to be in a good school district, and or if maybe the district's not as strong, close by good schools. And I think that's the homework that a real estate agent does in knowing the needs of each person coming in. So tell us a little bit about how people can get in touch with you if they want to reach out.
So you can call me at 559-287-0021, or you can just Google me. I have a Google page, and I'm on social media and all those things. You can go to my website at lenafisher.com. You can search for properties. I have all kinds of helpful information for buyers and sellers on my website. And then from there, just give me a call. I'd love to talk to you.
Again, viewers, if you're looking for an agent who has experience, has a creative flair, who will give you her 110% effort, look no further. Look for Lena Marie. She is under Lena Fisher in her listings, but Lena Marie is one of the best you're going to be able to find in the Valley, and proud to know her and be here to interview her today. Lena, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Hope, so much.
You bet. And stay tuned. We'll see you in just a bit.
All right.
Okay.
That was good, don't you
Good.
think?
Oh, I